What's up, Mech Warriors? Now, I wanted to do some Trial Mech play because this is the experience that a lot of people are going to have when they first join Mechwarrior Online. Because you need to either have purchased MC when you first start the game in order to buy a mech of your own, a lot of people are going to have to build up C-bills using Trial Mechs. Now, this can be difficult because you're probably going to start out doing what's called pug play or pickup games. This is where you are just dropping with random people, and it can be difficult because of the way that this game works. The best play is always going to be done in a team where you're using either Ventrilo or TeamSpeak, something where you can communicate with your teammates. However, a lot of people aren't going to have this right away, so I wanted to do just some basic overviews of how to play a little bit in pug games. So we're going to start out with the Centurion right here. Now, when I first look at this this build, what I see is a skirmisher mech. This is a mech that's going to be, it's going to have decent speed, as you can see, 64.8. That's a decent top speed. It's got a long range loadout for its primary weapons, this LRM-10 and this large laser. So what you're going to be trying to do is just pick away at the enemy and retreat. It's not a brawler mech at all, by any means. Just two medium lasers and a small laser aren't going to give you the upfront damage that you need to do in a brawler mech. So, we'll get right into it, and I'll see you on the other side once I've started a game. Okay guys, so like I said, what I see this mech as is a skirmisher. So, what I'm going to be trying to do is stick with the main body of the force. Most teams will usually choose to defend at this location, which means that we'll be able to help out with that, since we've got some decent long-range weapons with the large laser and the LRM-10s. Hopefully this guy right here isn't disconnected, because that's going to cause some problems for our team. We've already lost some assault. Excuse me. A little hiccup. Alright, so, yeah, so we're going to try to stick with the main force. They actually are advancing. So a little bit of a strange tactic there, but you know, like I said, we want to try to stick with the force. That's just always going to help out the team, especially in pickup games where you're not always going to have the coordination that you would need for actual team-based play. But that's alright. Another thing that I want to stress is that I don't use Centurions. It's not a chassis that I'm familiar with. I'm also not really a skirmisher, but that's okay. We're just learning this together. So, alright, so we've got a few enemies here. We've got a little generator. He's already taken some pretty heavy damage on the center torso, so that's good. Probably going to be able to focus him down pretty quickly. Make sure to bring some fire on their actual heavy hitters like this Hunchback. He's a interestingly built long-range support. Yeah, I'm not sure why he admits it, but his mistake is our game. Alright, so they're setting up a little bit on the citadel here, so we're going to try to punish that by bringing some fire down on them. And then as soon as we see missiles coming our way, we're going to retreat and try to break line of sight and get under this bridge right here. So this is a good spot for us to engage in. Because we have the cover of this bridge, we can stop their LRMs from hitting us too hard. Okay, so they've got a couple of Atlases out here in the middle of the field. That's good. That's we want to be able to take them down. Alright, so we've got some fire coming in on us. I'm stuck on something. Awesome. It's going to be pretty dangerous to us because support our team. Alright, we want to see which mechs have more damage. That looks like a stock Atlas. Just the brief second that I got to look at his loadout with the LRM-20 and the AC-20. It's not a very popular build to stick with just because it's sort of all over the place. I'm personally not a huge fan of mechs that try to fill any role. I think that mechs work best when they are doing one specific role and using the teammates to fill the gaps that they can fill. But that's just a personal opinion. Lots of people think that a all-round mech can be successful. And I'm not trying to say that they're wrong or anything. It's just a personal opinion. I would rather be on a team that has a bunch of different mechs than a bunch of all-rounders trying to do everything. So we're actually working down this also pretty well. Only have 3 more volleys of missiles left, but we're making the ones that we have shot count, so that's good. He's actually not firing on us, which means that we're getting a little bit of an advantage here. Okay, I'm going to get out of heat vision now since I don't really need the heat signatures anymore. That Atlas is pretty great for conquest. Too bad that we still have... okay, so we don't want to take too much fire from that enemy. It's too bad that I can't really tell what's going on with the base, because I'm worried that we're going to get capped if we're not careful. That's okay. I'm just going to keep going. Keep firing on his own. I'm going to try to take out his left shoulder there, and that'll be some of that he has. Alright, so there that goes. And now his center torso is bright for conquest. We're pushing up ourselves. And there he goes. Unfortunately, I'm used to a catapult where your fire, or a T2 catapult where your fire is mostly coming over top of your head. So I'm just getting used to that where it's coming down from below my side with that large laser. So all here is probably pretty fresh. So I don't want to engage him too heavily up. So he's got a little bit of damage in the center torso, so that's good. He's almost out of there. As far as our damage, we're doing a good job here by trying to keep the rest of their team sort of focused on us, because we're not as important in a Centurion as those 2 assaults are. The 2 assaults. But on the other hand, we don't want to sacrifice ourselves or take ourselves out of the cause. Alright, so that jet is actually on his leg. Just something to keep in mind. I'm trying to make sure that he's hitting his side torso as much as possible. Oh dear, we're actually going to lose this engagement, I think. Just because they did a good push there. Don't focus on the generator. Alright, so yeah, there went most of our main weapons. We can still do some damage with these medium weapons, especially if he shuts down like that. So there we go, we got him. Not very common with Trial Mechs. Now I'm going to try to outdo this guy, see if I can draw some of his fire so that the assault can do the heavy damage. Yep, trying to be. Sorry. Teammate there, but that's okay. There we go. So now I think we can probably outcap them. Oh no, they're on our base. That's no good. We might actually lose this, but you know, that's just how it goes with hub games. It's difficult to communicate with your teammates, especially without like the aid of an actual TeamSpeak thing. So it's hard to say things like, you know, go back to base, check the base, see if the base is alright. I can't aim low enough to get that guy. Looks like it goes sometimes.